Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm just setting up. Yes, question in the chat. Am I going to be using the div MMC? Yes, I will be using that tonight. I've kind of pushed the Spectrum to one side. I'm really liking, using original hardware. Anyway, a quick sound check. Just let me know that you can hear me okay. We'll just make sure you can hear the Spectrum as well. Just put a little test beep going on. Do all the sound checks and then we'll begin. So hopefully you can hear that annoying noise. I'm going to turn it off. Okay. So yes, I will be using the div MMC tonight. So as you can see, I've created a directory called YouTube. Nothing in it yet because that's what we're doing tonight. Let's get myself up on the camera. So I've been looking at machine code routines today, and this is one that I wrote down some months ago. I can't remember where I got it from. I think it was one of those type-ins you get in a magazine from back in the 80s, but I cannot remember where I got it from. All it's got written underneath, now if you can see that, is horizontal scroll. So it's a scrolling routine, and I thought, why not have a play with it tonight, see what I can come up with. First of all, I'm going to type it in, see what it actually does, and then decide from there what type of game to make. So everything's fresh, nothing's been prepared. Let's do it. So let's clear the memory, ready for the machine code. I'm going to go 10 clear 64999. This isn't a machine code routine that I wrote. Like I said, I found it in a magazine and I typed it out. I didn't type it out, I wrote it out on my notepad, so I'm just copying it from there now. So I shall quickly, as quick as I can, get this into the computer, into the good old specky, and we shall have a look and see what this actually does. And what I've decided, if I don't finish whatever I'm making tonight, then I will come on tomorrow night and finish it off. 10:20. Right, there we go. I'll just check all that's there. So we've got 10 clear 64999 for F equal 65000 to 65043. Read A, poke F, comma A, next F. The sound is perfect. Okay, that's brilliant. Hi, Patrick. Hi, let's discuss it over some tea. Who else have we got here? Got 10 watching, but only 2 in the chat room at the moment. Right, I'm going to chuck it down at line 9000. And this is where I'm going to put all the data. This is what makes the magic happen. In fact, if I put that in front of me there, I can see it a bit better. Let's put that there. That's better. 64 213 225 35 197 131 026 237 176. I've got quite a few machine code routines written down now because I'm at that stage where I'm wanting to experiment and branch a little bit further away from the basic to try and improve the games I make. A lot of them are just routines that I've written down, nothing that I've actually written myself in assembly language and then done the transition to what you're seeing now with the numbers. Oh, well, that's 33. But at least it's getting used to actually making them work. And getting a feel for what they can actually achieve. I say the majority, this is the only bit that isn't basic. The rest of the program will be in basic. So if I was doing the USB 50 project with this game, this would be considered as acceptable because it's only a little small routine. I'm not flooding the whole program with machine code. Right. So we need to see what this does. So let's just put if I start, I'm just trying to think. Don't want to flood it too much. Let's go 45. Let's put it in paper black. It might make things a little bit easier for you guys to see. Border 4. No, we'll go black. And ink 4. Clear screen. I'm going to save this first in case when I run it, it goes completely wrong. I'm just going to call it MC for machine code. I mean, if I run it now, nothing's going to happen anyway because I haven't instructed it to do anything. Let's put a little bit of music on in the background while I'm doing this. Good evening, Sunbuster Studios. I am going to try and keep my eye on the chat room tonight because I am aware that sometimes it can come across a bit rude that I'm not responding half the time. That's because I'm busy programming. Right, let's get on with it. Let's see what this does. So let's just put anything up there. Let's go 50, print 10. Let's just put a graphic block there. I just want to see what this does. I'm not expecting anything brilliant at this stage. Now, according to my notes, I then got to put let z equal user 65000. If I go 70, let's go pause 150, 80, go to 50, run. Okay, maybe get rid of the pause. So it is flickering there, so maybe that need a space either side of it. Interesting. Some groovy disco lights. Okay. I think I can see what it's actually trying to do. There's another oh, I just got rid of it. 50, print at 10. Let's just put my name. Oh, I see. It's pushing the A's. So yeah, it is actually scrolling. Let's put that at 31. So yeah, it's pushing that over. Should have been probably 20, 28. Right, okay. I can see what it's doing. Right, there is another user command here. Change that to 25. Oh, wow. Well, that's pretty cool. Sorry if you suffer from epilepsy. Right, okay, right. So let's get rid of that. I got an idea now of what it does. So let's set some variables up. Excuse me. I'm gonna start by putting something to move around on the screen. Yeah, let's just get something moving first. 55. Let key strings. What I think it's doing is pushing stuff over. If I put a little routine in, I reckon if I start it back from 31 and then just keep scrolling, then I reckon it will scroll. It looks like it's only going to the left. So the kind of game I'm thinking already is maybe a game like Defender, perhaps. Something I've always wanted to do but never been able to do it very well in BASIC. So yeah, the brain's moving around. So I'm trying to work out what we can do, and I am thinking maybe Defender. See if I can make something similar to it. And Q and Y is more than 0. I need a bit of music while I'm doing this. Helps me type a little bit quicker. I actually ordered from eBay and got my trusty cassette recorder working, and I got that Gauntlet 2 in cassette. So yeah, really feeling the retro vibe this week. Anyway, it loads the first bit fine, where you've got to choose your character, and because it's one of these multi-load things, so you've got to stop the tape, you choose your character, and then you start the tape again when it tells you to load the second part, which is the actual game. Well, it won't load it. It just kept crashing. It'd get right to the end, and then it would just take the screen out. So I was a bit pissed off about that. But at least I know it's kind of working, because it did load the beginning in. Specky mad at the moment, me. And X is more than 0 plus. I'm not going to worry too much about user-defined graphics with this tonight. I'm just going to get the bones, if you like, of the project in, and then see what we come up with. So there, I've just put in my controls, Q, A, O and P, and I think we're going to have a gun as well, aren't we? So if we go, if K strings equals M, then at the moment I'm just going to tell it to stop, because I haven't got a clue where I'm going to send it. Now let's get something up on the screen. So if we go print, whoops, help if I put a number, 60, print at Y, X, I'm just wondering whether I'm going to have to mess around with over 1 with this. I'm going to try without it first, because I have no idea what this is going to do. It might be a case, if everything's scrolling, the whole screen is scrolling, is my main character going to remain stationary? Well, obviously not. It's going to scroll with the screen. So therefore, yeah, I don't know how this is going to work. Let's just get it in there and see what happens. If and OY is more or less than Y, or OX is more or less than X at YX. What should we have for a little spaceship? We'll have that there, yeah. 2, and then we'll finish it off with let OY equal Y, let OX equal X. Run. Variable not found. That's because I've used OY and OX and I haven't put it in there. Let OY equal Y. Let OX equal X. Also, I need to tell it to go back. So 100, say let's go to line 55. Run. We should have something moving on the screen now. So there we go. We've got our little spaceship ready to rumble. I've stopped him there. Can't go any further than that. Okay. Now let me just put in that machine code routine. I want to see what happens to the character. So let Z equal user, and it was 665000. Let's see what happens. So there, it is causing a scroll then, isn't it? Like, as you can see, it's causing like a snake. It looks like I am going to have to do over 1 because it's leaving a trail behind it. So yeah, it's pushing the character. Okay. Right. Let's get rid of that for a moment. Let's see if I can actually create the scenery. Let's see if I can create some sort of scenery that we're going to fly over. 100. Get rid of that a minute. Let's go. I'll put that to 80. Go to 50. No, not 50. 55. I'm going to go 100. Print at. I'm going to go n. I'm going to have to give it another variable. If I start it at 31, so then it pushes it down the screen. Let's go with. Where is it? So I'm thinking something like that. So yeah, 100, and then if I go 110, this is where I'm going to put me let Z equal a user, and it was 65000, and then I'm going to go 120, let n equal n minus 1, so that it moves it across. If n equals I don't know what I want it to equal at the moment. Let's just leave it at that for a moment. I reckon I'm going to have to add a bit more. 130 return. If I just put a go sub in there, 70 go sub 100. variable not found. That's because I haven't towed it, have I? So I didn't put the n in there. Let's add n to that. Let n equal, I'm going to want it on line 21. Run. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. Right. So we're getting like some sort of mounting effect as it's scrolling now. Cool. Now, obviously, I want that now as well, because I've got that, and I want that effect. If you see what I mean. So yeah, I'm going to go for that kind of thing. Now, I'm going to have to create, I reckon, throw the go sub. If I throw the go sub off once it's reached a random point, list 50. I'm going to put another variable in there. I'm going to put let ch for change. So this is where it's going to change. I'm going to call that 100, which is line 100. Basically, I'm going to use that ch as a go sub variable. And then I'm going to need a random call. So let's go randomize. Let m equal, I reckon if we said to 10, perhaps, int rand times 10. Yeah. And then close that off like that. So now I've got m. I've got m and n. Just write that down. So back to line 100. Well, 100 and where 120. I need to come back to that line. Make a game like Scramble, but like this one behind me. That's a good idea, actually. Like this old one, yeah. So make a game like this, yeah. Not a bad idea, that. Good shout. Okay. Right, let me finish off this. Did that game have a scenery in it? I'm not sure. I don't think it does it? But never mind. I've started it now. I'm not going to change it. Let's see h. So if n equals m, then let the change happen. So let ch, and this is where it's going to do the other side. So I'm going to tell it to let ch equal 100. I've already done 100, didn't I? It needs to be different. We're on 100 at the moment. I don't want it to come back here. Go to 200. Then let m equal 21. Let n equal n. And then it's going to have to go in the other direction. Because now I'm creating that side. So it'll go that way. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully. Yes, it's making sense up here. 120, so 130 we've already put that in. Now I need to do 200. So basically 200 is near enough going to be the same. So let's just change that to 200 because we're just going in the opposite direction. And that will be 210. Yeah. So we bring in the machine code again. Edit 220. This would be the other way round now because we're going in the other direction. And then we want that to return back to 100. And we don't want the M to go to 21 though, because we need it to do a random call again. Otherwise it's not going to work. So let's get rid of that. Let's put that minus, because then we're going basically doing the opposite of what we just did in line 120. But with the M, I need it to return back to a random call. So it would be 10 again. Whoops. Random times 10. And this time I'm going to go plus 10. So that's 220. And then I'll finish it off 230 with a return. Now let's run it and see what we get. Oh dear, what's going on? Oh dear, what's happened? What have I done? I've messed something up. N31, N31, 210. If N equals M, let CH equal 100. There it is. Go sub 100. That needs to be CH. Didn't put that there. CH for change. Run it now. There we go. We got a peak. Nice. Well, it's going all right so far. That's pretty cool. Nice speed as well. I like it. What do you guys think of that then? So I'm not too keen on the trail being left, but there again, it's not that bad, is it? It's not bad. In fact, I'm just going to have a little play. I'm going to change this. I'm going to put graphic. I'm quite, as you can see, beaming here. I'm quite happy with that. It's right sad, haven't I? Yeah, that's really cool. Whoops, wrong way. What's going on? I better save this as well because I am the div MMC is still a little bit, can be still a little bit temperamental at times. So I don't want to lose anything. Let's try it with a bigger block. Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? You can see it better now. I like it. That's pretty cool. How about bright? Need the trail behind you character though. It doesn't need to be the trail behind you character. No, yeah, we can change that, can't we? Do we need a trail? Do you think we should go for a trail? I mean, I don't think this is actually working, this thing here, but I'm going to put, let's put a star, see what that does. That isn't actually doing anything. This isn't working. This is where I was saying earlier, I think we're going to need to use over 1. Now, if I was to put that, get rid of this, I think we are going to have to use maybe the over one command at some point. Let's have it in magenta. Oops, what have I done? Okay, let's see what that does. What's it doing now? So it's playing up with this a lot. Need to sort this out. It's not liking another character on the screen. 60. I'm going to put the go sub ch there. Print at y minus 1. I'm going to go over 1. I'll leave that as yellow. Ink 3. We go 61. Print at y. I'm just thinking if I want to delete the trail, would that help? I'm getting a shadow. It's Hi Alex, love your enthusiasm for the Z expression basic. One wee tip for you. Uppercase variables run faster than lowercase. The reason is that in the A. Really? Uppercase variables run faster. Do they really? I never knew that. Okay. In that case, give me. I will change them all eventually. I mean, I've got a bit too far ahead of myself now, but you're saying. Okay, right. In that case, I will change them all, but like I said, what you change every single one? Uppercase vowels run faster than lowercase. The reason is that in the A. Never knew. Yeah, I never knew that either. Oh, you learn something every day. Every day's a school day. But I will go back and slowly start changing stuff. We've got messages coming in. Who's messaging me? Is it? It's Alan. Just put 2 spaces to the left of your craft to rub it out. Okay. Let's try it. He's saying put 2 spaces on 2. No, Alan, it's still leaving a space behind. Maybe it's because I've got it in over 1. Put it in 0. Oh, it's okay that way, but when I go up and down, it's when I go up and down, look. Okay, when I just go forwards or backwards. But for some reason, when I go up and down the screen, we're getting that problem. So is it a case of I've got to do this? Yes, I think it is that. Just make that, because I've got two characters. There we go. Nice one. Thank you, Alan. I like it when he sends me messages. Still getting a little bit of juddering around a bit there, isn't he? But there again, does it matter? I'm gonna get the colour clash, but I suppose what we could do if we didn't want that is just return this back to 4. Maybe. We're getting the yellow there, but it's a little bit of shadow, isn't it? Two spaces there, 2 spaces. Yeah, okay. So it's going waving. I think that's the machine code. I don't think there's a lot I can do about that. All right, okay, so let's see if I can get it to yeah, rocket flame, yeah. Right, where were we? Line 61. I'd be very surprised if ATTR works with this. Let's go screen strings to play it. I'm not too sure whether it's going to work. Let's try it. Let's try it. I'm not going to know unless I try it. So we've got a green mounting tops. Maybe it is working. Let's localize the ink color to the actual character rather than putting ink 4 for the whole lot, because that could be messing the ATTR up. Which it was, look. But now we've it's messed all that up now. Interesting. So it looks like we've got to might have to use the old strings, I think. We've got the white. Interesting. It doesn't like colouring it for some reason. Don't know why. Let's change that 70 then to... We'll just go for screen strings. I mean, it's running quick anyway, isn't it? So I'm not going to worry too much. Everyone screams at me, yeah, you shouldn't be using screen strings. It's too slow. Oh, well. I don't think it will be in this case. So if it's more or less than nothing, then stop. Now it should. Right, okay. We need to be 3, don't we? Because we're in front of us. Now if I hit the mounting, there we go. That's working. Then for f equal 1 to I don't know, 8 perhaps, print at yx flash 1, we'll go ink 6 graphic let's do a little bit of a sound. 0.01 and I'll go 20 minus f and let z equal the user. I'm going to make it do that like strobe thing that I showed you at the beginning because I quite like that. I think that would be good for if we collide. Then print at y x let me get rid of it. So be, how many spaces was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Next F. Run. What's going to happen? Let's crash into the mountain. Oh, I forgot to put an at there. Try again. It's picking up the trail that we've left behind, look. For some reason. Let's put that at over 1. Maybe that will stop that from happening. Right. I don't think the ATTR will work very well in this Sunbuster because of the way the machine code is scrolling it. Screen strings is working fine. I haven't got to worry about the colours and the speed of the game because I'm using a little bit of machine code. It's running, you know, why would I want it any faster than that? To me, that's perfectly acceptable. I wonder if I can get it to do a paper yellow there when it crashes. Probably won't, will it? It's choosing. It's choosing the green of the. Let's just leave it like that, I think. Yeah, you see what I've got going on the screen. You see how it's flashing the green? You see all the colours? I think the ATTR is just going to go absolutely berserk. Yeah, we do need to put an epilepsy fit. We need to put a warning on this once it's finished. Let's put some sound into the game. So as we're moving, our little spaceship is making some sort of sound. And I'm going to use the out command for this. And I better save it in a minute as well. I'm speeding ahead here and not thinking about what the consequences would be if I lose power. So let's get this line, just finish this line off. Just want it to make a little sound as it's moving. And save star. We're calling it MC at the moment. Yes, okay. Now we're chugging along. And with doing the border green and using the out command, it leaves a nice little green base at the bottom, look, to make it look like grass. In fact, what I might do as well is if I go to 100, if I go 105, print at 2131 graphic that way, and I'll do the same for list 200 205 print at 2131 graphic, and that has to be that way. should have a bit of a floor to the mountains now as well. Just gives it a little bit more depth, doesn't it? I like that. How about if we put the score in? Now, is it... I'm going to have to put it in the border, aren't I, so that it doesn't move? Or is it going to move? Will it move if I put it in the border? Let's just try it. 46, print. Let's put hashtag 1, tab 8. Let's just try it, because if I want a score... Oh dear, he didn't like it. Ah, it's moving it. Oh, hang on. I might get where I go to 55. So oh, that's because I've put it in the bloody loop, haven't I? Idiot. It's in the wrong place. I didn't have anything at 65, did I? No. Right, okay, so let's... It was meant to be 46. Not... Print hashtag 1. Let's just put the... let's tab it over to 10. Ah, it's scrolling the border as well. So it scrolls everything. It's scrolling everything on the screen, even the border. So that means I'm not going to be able to have a score displayed. Oh well. Just have to have a score presented at the end of the game, I guess. Can't have it all, can we? I mean, like I say, I didn't know what this machine code routine was going to do. Okay, so when I push M, we have a gun. At the moment, it's just saying stop. We've got collision working with the mounting now, apart from by leaving a yellow trail, but that might be because of the colour. Because we're leaving the green, we're leaving a ink 6 behind us. If we wanted to, we could put that as a variable and then just change it to green when we crash, so we don't get that yellow. Perhaps that might work. Don't know. In fact, no, I don't think it will it? Because it's leaving a trail of yellow. You want to look at the machine code routine? Yeah, like I say, this is just something I found in a magazine. Let me show you it. Right, so there's the top 4 lines. Okay. I'll let you digest that a minute. And then if I go to list 9000, there you go. There's the machine code. So any of you whiz kids out there can alter that to stop the border moving. Then be my guest. While you're looking at that, I'm just going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get back on with it. So I hope you've seen that enough now, Stuart. Yes, it's user 65,000. If I show you the start again, there it is. Look at line 10. Okay, somebody said line 61 to get rid of the yellow mess. Just add ink 4. Good shout. Okay, list 61. Ink, whoa, ink 4 in there. All right. Has it got rid of the yellow mess? No. Still doing it. So Do I need it on that one as well? Shouldn't have to because I've already got it at the start, but you never know. Still doing it. Oh, that bloody new keeps coming up. I've got an idea. 61. What about if I were to delete? If I was to go y x minus 1 and just delete it while we're moving. There we go. Just delete the trail. Gonna get a few splodges, but oh no, it's back again. Still there. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's put ink 4 there. Maybe that'll shut it up. Yeah, I think that solved it. We seem to have a yellow lodge of something over in the corner there now, but never mind. Got it, working on it. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Stuart. Looking good so far. Thank you, Patrick. Okay, so let's get on with it. Let's delete all these ink 4s a minute. Shouldn't have to have all them ink 4s in there, should we? Right, it's a bit better than it was anyway. Okay, so when we push M, I'm going to go line 500, and that's where I'm going to create some sort of shooting mechanism. Let's go for F equal. Have we got no Franco tonight? No, I haven't heard from Franco all week. So I hope you all had a good Easter, by the way. So let's have a little beeperoo in there. 0.003 for when we shoot our gun. 45 plus F. We have a message coming through. It's from Alan. I'm not sure, but I think the 192 is every line on screen. If you change it to 128, it's only scroll top 2/3 of screen and leave bottom third untouched, I'm guessing. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, let me finish this gun routine. And then Alan's usually spot on with his recommendations, so I will return back to that and have a look at it in a bit. Let me just finish this. So what were we doing? He's put me off now what I was doing. We got beep. Yeah, so we're gonna just create a little bit of a, let's go out. I like using the out. Let's go 8 plus F, and then out 2, 5, 4, 16, and then return it back to a black border. next F. Um, 510 for F equal 1 to 2. I'm going to go print at y x plus how big's my spell? Let's go 1. Might need to be 2, but I'm going to put it at 1. This is going to have to be over 1 because I want it to be able to give it that. And for now, bloody flies flying around in here. I'm just going to create a laser using the minus sign. Maybe something like that. Oh, there. So, and then let's just finish it off with 550 return, because I'm going to have to put some sort of collision detection in there for when we actually get to shoot something. List M, which was 56. Go sub 500. So Stuart is saying, Alan, he is close, but would top 2/3 of the screen be okay? That is easy, or bottom 2/3. Skipping bottom 2 lines is awkward, but I can do it if you need. Ideally, I'd like to keep my playing field as it is at the moment for the size. I quite like the size of the game. So the only thing I don't want scrolling is the border, really. Oh no! Of course, when I shoot, I'm colliding with my missile. Okay, so let's. Maybe it did have to be list 500. Let's move that over to 2. Oh, I think what I did, look, is I didn't finish it off with a next F. So it wasn't getting rid of it. There we go. I need to move it forward a bit more. I think it needs to be at 3. That's better. Let's have it a different colour. Ink 2. Can't really see it very well, can we? Let's change it to 5. There, we've now got a laser. Just trying to like that. Let's discuss it over tea. Says, why not ink 7, the colour of flashing? Yeah, okay. I think the only way I could probably get rid of that collision colour mistake is if it was in over 1. Which it is in over 1. I don't know. Anyway. Right, 515. Oh, I was going to put screen strings in there, but we haven't actually got anything to bloody shoot, have we? I'm trying to think. What can we have to shoot? We've got to have something to shoot, haven't we? Rem, let's put a nasty in there. Let's just make this up as we go. So if 610, let d equal d minus 1, print at c d, and I'm going to use that. Where is it? Come on. I'm going to use that there as my nasty. If d equals 0, then let d equal 30. 31. Yeah. $620 return. So I need to give C and D a variable. Let's go back up to my variables, which at the moment are at the top of my screen. I'll probably move all that eventually. Let C equal 5. Let D equal 31. It won't do anything at the moment because I haven't ghost subbed it there, have I? List 600. Did I do a return? I did. Right. Let's bring it into play. Let's stick it anyway, can't we? If we go, if we list 80, let's change that 80 to 95, and then I'll put 80 go sub 600. There we go. So collision detection's working with that. So now it's just a case of let's get it moving, let's get it shooting back. Easier said than done. Maybe put some more obstacles on the screen as well, maybe some asteroids or something to avoid. Okay, so let's return back to line 600. And we got 610, haven't we? So We want it there really, don't we? 515, that's where we're shooting it, so that's where we need to, it needs, if we go 520 520, if not input, we want if screen string. I'm not using ATTR equals the minus sign, then print at CD. Obviously, if I do change this to user-defined graphics, the screen string may become a problem. I might have to look at an alternative method of collision detection. Let's just put a star to act as an explosion. And then we'll go for F equal 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go beep. Uh, 0.01, comma, we'll put 10 plus F, next F, and then print at CD. Delete it. Yeah. And we'll finish off with a little beep. And we'll put let D equal 31. And that's C. The variable C, we can do a random positioning of that for each one that comes at us. Let's see if it disappears. It's not disappearing. It didn't work. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, so why hasn't it worked? Why isn't that working? I wonder whether it's because I've put... Let's get rid of that. Let's just have one line, see if that makes a difference. No, okay. What about 515 print at y x plus 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe it should have been in the nasty then. Let's try it. Let's try moving it. 615. Maybe it should be there with that. I wonder if it should make any difference, but let's just rem that out a minute. That's obviously not doing anything apart from causing a mess. Okay. CD. It is changing white. I wonder whether the ATTR would work. Let's just try it. Because, you know, you never know. Worth a try, isn't it? Yes! Cool. In that case, I'm wondering now, rather than have maybe I could use draw rather than have that. Which might be a better option. Might be quicker. .505 plot ink black X, so we need to times it by 8 to convert it, plus 12, so it's in front of it. Y times 8 minus 165 maybe. Oh, and remember, it's usually around that sort of number. Draw. Trying to remember when I did my ZX Invasion game, because that's near enough exactly the same as this. Minus we draw over 1 over 1, and we'll go ink 7 100 0 and draw over 1 again to delete it, and then it'll be minus 100, 0, and then I'll go I'm going to put next F there, and pull that back down. I'm going to put 4F equal 1, so it goes twice. It needs to come up, it's in the wrong place. 171. We'll move that over to 117. A bit more. 20. It was a good guess for the 171. A bit more. Sits right on the end of him. 22. Run. That's not bad. Just a little bit more. Let's go 23, 24. Too much. 23. I need to make sure that the right, so what I need to do there is ink 7. That's looking pretty cool now. I'm quite happy with that. I mean, if I wanted to be pedantic, rather than have the white there on the mountain, we could just change the over ones, change that 7 to a 4. That gives me a green laser. So what I need to do is, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it actually. Oh yes I can. If I change that to 7, change that there to 4. So we've still got our white, but it just doesn't turn the mountain white now as I hit it. But what I am going to have to do is, this isn't going to work now, so I'm going to have to change that. The ATTR is going to have to be changed to 4. And it will probably explode straight away because of the colour of the nasty. Oh no. Oh, brilliant. Oh, he's inside the mountain. Ah, it seems to be hitting it anywhere, look. Oh, spoke too soon. Oh dear. No, that didn't work. I thought that would have done, but never mind. So what's happening now? Wherever I fire, it's detecting the color green. Might have to change that back to 7. I think it's because I'm using green ink for the mountings. It could be that that is what the cause is. So let's just change it back, just for argument's sake, just to see if I'm right with my theory. That will have to be back to 7, unfortunately. Though I'm not really worried if the mountains go a bit white with colour clash, to be honest. Yeah, that's what the problem is. I can't use the same colour as the mountains because I have to set the colour at the beginning. So now I fire towards it. I mean, it's fine. I'm not going to worry. I mean, it's a spectrum at the end of the day. Colour clash was part of it, wasn't it? And anyway, if you hit the mountain like that, of course it's going to turn a little bit white. And as it goes, like, it turns back. And as you've noticed, the white comes back. Bit of snow on top of the mountain. Don't know how I can get around that. Because for some reason it will not let me colour. It's just a case of setting the colours back. Yeah, you're right. It's a feature, not a bug. Yeah, I know the nasty is green. Change it back. But the problem is I was having the green over 1 on the laser because if you see, my mountains are green. So as I fired it, I was leaving a green ink. And of course, whatever colour the nasty is, it doesn't matter. It will still do the same because I was using the over 1, so it didn't do that with the mountain, see? In fact, we will change the colour of the nasty anyway because there's too much green going on. 600. Let's change that colour. Let's make it 2. And we'll have it in bright 1. Change the bright back. What is going on with that? Why is it flickering like that? See, now it's not working because it's messed up all of the colours. Oh, there's a machine code in there to scroll the attributes as well. Oh, right, that explains it. Yes, there are two different calls. You've got 6500, yeah, and then the other call is 65025, and that last one is what I'm using when we do the explosion for the, you know, when the screen gives you the epilepsy attack. So that's the two calls that are in that machine code routine. Let's turn that nasty back. I wonder if I was to put it there, what would happen? Same thing. I wonder whether the ATTR would actually work on the actual spaceship itself instead of having to do that. Because I've got that on screen string at the moment. Did I actually try it when it was where is it? So I'm just thinking I could probably introduce some user-defined graphics now. Yeah, it's there, list 70. I don't think this is going to work because the whole screen is green with the green ink in the background. It's not going to do it. This is why I used screen string. So that's not going to work. What was that again? Let's just leave it as it was. I'll come up with an idea. I might have to do some sort of poke and peek to pick up user-defined graphic characters or something like that using the character string. Maybe poke 236 06 to the character location and then pick 236 75. Maybe do it that way and identify the user-defined graphics that way, perhaps. If I sent you user-defined graphics, Alex, would you figure out a game to make around them? Yeah, of course I would. Send them to me, not a problem. And red apple for character data would be nice in there. What, a red apple for character data would be nice in there. A red apple, okay. Each byte in attribute RAM covers one 8x8 character cell. I can call it automatically if you want. What's Stuart talking about there? I can call it automatically if you want. But currently there would be, you'd called, right. So I'm going to put got these bloody ear defenders on. I'm not actually listening to any music. Oh, so got some new stuff on here. What's this? New music. I bet it comes up with bloody Spotify rubbish. What's this here? Is it playing? I'm going to put some maybe some asteroids or whatever to avoid as well now. Just use I don't want the whole screen just filling up with this, so I'm just going to do like a random call so they evenly spread. Just something to dodge. Everything's returning back to the colour green. You notice it comes up red and then it's returning back to green. Collision detection isn't the greatest. The boxes are just representing asteroids at the moment until we put user-defined graphics in there. Just wanted to see what it looked like. Why have I got 410 return right in the middle of nowhere? Where's 400 gone? What's going on? What happened then? Did I just delete 400? I must have done. Ah, for goodness sake. What happened there? I must have deleted it. Oh. What was it again? Print out. Oh, we lost the boxes. So I'm going to go down to line 14 from 1 and at 31, comma, let's I suppose we could just use stars again, couldn't we? Ah, pushed the wrong button. Let's try it in a different colour. Now it's leaving green. The far right column is ink yellow. It should be black. Okay, where did I put that to then? Right, here we go. So there we are there. Have I got... Where's the yellow coming from? How's that? That better? The ground too. Okay, the ground too. There we go. Good shout. Changing it to black. That was from Destroyed. I ain't worried about losing one cell. It looks a lot cleaner. What's the display area off center slightly but covers the glitch? Yeah, I ain't worried about that. The next job is to concentrate on the nasty, get the nasty moving about a bit and get him shooting back, I reckon. Not bad for an evening's work. It's only 10 o'clock, look, nearly 10 o'clock. I ain't done bad. Let's save this, save MC. Yes. User-defined graphics. Did somebody say they were sending me user-defined graphics for this game? Someone, or for something different? I just scrolled back 400 printer. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Rude. Rude Rud 7. There's a demo called, I think, Ocean Sunrise, which goes into the border with a near perfect circular sun. That would be a challenge. Yes, that would be a challenge. Let's just stay in darkness, I think. Let's, I think, for tonight. Okay, where am I going with this now? Do I start putting user-defined graphics into this, do you think? Oh, random graphics, not graphics for this. Okay, cool. Well, let's... It's not possible to do full-scale color bars as far as I know. Could use a path array you can use to animate too. Right, do I start doing some graphics? I was just... Is it? I love that as my little spaceship for now. Screen strings won't work. Yeah, that's my worry with this. With putting graphics in, it's just line 70 is the only one where I'm using screen strings, and I'm actually checking in front of it to see if there is anything there. Now this might cause us an issue. I'm going to try it, because we're not actually asking it to pick up a graphic. We're just checking to see if the screen is clear in front of it. So it may work. I don't know. It might work, you know, it might surprise us. So let's just go with it and see what happens. List 9000. Let's just stick some graphics. Obviously I don't want to delete 9000. If I go 8000 rem user defined graphics, we might have to do maybe a restore, don't know. In fact, I'll put it under the machine code instead. So if I go 910, there isn't anything at 910. 8000, get rid of that. And if I go 9020, if 4G equals 0 to 7, read. There are so many different ways of doing graphics, but I've always done mine this way because it's just something I've remembered. And I may change this, because if I use the idea I was thinking of earlier, where I have to use poke to identify the graphic, then I might change all this. So just for now, I'm just going to put this in for now, because that might be tomorrow's project if I come on and do a live stream. Because I'm, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'll be very surprised if I get all of this finished tonight. If I don't, then I will return tomorrow. Make sure that's in there. 9030 data. I'm I'm just going to use this little graphic I've created for now. I've just realized you're not actually looking at the correct screen. Apologies. Just going to chuck this in for now to see if it will actually work with that screen string command in there. So 25540 126. So go sub 9010. Yeah, it worked. The screen string is working. And it's working because I'm actually asking it to detect a character. I'm just asking it to detect whether there's anything in front of me. So therefore, it's actually working, look. It's pretty cool. I'm going to change that yellow equal sign to a proper like flame coming out of the back of it. And then we'll do the nasty graphic, get rid of them stars. And then, yeah, we'll just spend maybe an hour or so just cleaning up the graphics. So let's go back. We're going to do the flames or the smoke or whatever you want to call it. The plume, that's the word, isn't it? Coming out the back. Let's clear this. So I need to know it's going to have to be start about there, isn't it? So let's interact. Yeah, it's going to have to be just going by there, maybe there. So tail, I'm just working out where it needs to be. Just some flame splatters, isn't it, coming out the back end of it. Maybe just something like that. Should have left it as I had it before. It looked alright, and now I've gone and buggered it up. Ah. I usually spend hours on graphics trying to get it right. Let's just go for that because I could end up being here all bloody night else. Yeah, it's going to need probably a bit darker at the beginning, isn't it? Like that. Let's just stick that in. I don't know what it's going to look like. It looks crap there at the moment, but it might look all right once it's on. List 9010. So let's add it to the list. And we are looking at data 0, 0, 80, 170, 87, 159, 109, and 0. We just need to change that there to 15. Graphic B, yeah, we've got some plume. I'm not too sure if I like it, but let's stick it in, see what it looks like. Graphic B. Okay, this might need improving, but let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's not too bad. What do you think? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure. Alan was just saying, that was a text from Alan, he was just saying that out 254 does the border colours as well. Yeah, I did know that. He's basically saying if I want the border to remain green, then put out 254 16 plus 4. Okay, that I didn't know about putting the plus 4 there, so I'll try it. List 75. So he's saying put plus 4 in front of that, and change this one to 4 as well. Well, there we go. Or did we prefer the black border? Personally, I think I preferred the black border because it gets, yeah, I think I preferred the black border because if you look on the right hand side, you see as the scenery comes into play, you've got, it's a bit not quite right there, is it? So let's put that to 8 again. That'll make it flicker. Yeah, I think I'll return, thanks Alan, but I think I'll return it back to how it was for now. Yeah, I prefer that because I'm using the ink black to stop, you know, to so that the scenery comes on without that glitching. So the border flashes when I'm shooting, as I asked it to at line 500. You see, where is it? I put it there, look. I mean, we could do all the colours if we went up to 7. The problem is printing, the print scrolling as well. That's what I think Stuart and I think Alan. Oh, Alan did mention something, didn't he, about the machine code? Because I wanted to use the border to print in for the score. He was saying he thinks if I change 192 in every line of the screen, if you change it to 128, but he's only guessing. So let's save this before we do any experiments in case we lose it. Yes, list 9000. So he thinks 192, did he say? There isn't a 192. Oh, yes, there is. Change 192 to 128. Okay. And that's the only 192. So that's not scrolling underneath, look. So I could have the bottom part of the screen now for the text. But it's messed me. I'd have to move the mountains up now, wouldn't I? I'd have to move everything else up the screen. So what you see, the far left side of the border, I mean. To be fair, that is the usual way to do it. For messages, life's energy. Yes, yes. What do you mean, far left side of the border? Did I don't know whether you saw it earlier, but if I go 42, look, print #1, and I just put score, you'll see. Oh, it must have been a clear screen there, was there? Let's tab it over. Tab 10. It's not liking it at all now. The whole screen, I don't know whether line 0 is scrolling. Why is it doing that? What have I done? Oh, 46. It's because there's a clear screen there. You idiot. Right, okay. Yeah, so that's scrolling there, look. 46, print. #1. And it scrolls at the bottom as well. So yeah, the attributes are being wiped as well. So it's doing everything. So I can't put any text there. The only way we can have a score is perhaps when we hit something, the score scrolls at the bottom of the screen with what you've just scored. That's the only thing I can think of doing. So I would put that at you know, the score scrolls across like that to tell you what you've scored, perhaps. I don't know. Hello, the Stone Ones is in the house. Doing a little bit of machine code, mate. I have a scroller that preserves the bottom two lines. You do, but that's what we're after. Pete, this is what we've got already. This is the routine. It's moving the attribute file as well. It's moving the attributes. Anyway, I'm going to leave that up on the screen again because I'm going to go and get a drink. While that's up on the screen, I'm going to go and get a drink. Okay, Stuart's just put some code there up in the chat. I've got to put all of those numbers you've just put in there. Is that what you're saying? Save before using this. Yeah. Did that save properly then? Just check. Yes. Right. Okay. Right, so these banks of numbers, so we're basically changing all of that. Problem is with people talking, it's scrolling it all down for me. 1 through 8, 17, 0, 64. Now we already did the 1 to 8, so oh, hang about, there's different numbers there. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rent that one out. I'm going to write your new one. Let's turn that music down a little bit. Right, okay. Right, so we've got, in fact, we'll pull this one down. We'll change that to 602. Because some of these you've already got, so we're going to change this one here excuse me, to 128, which we just did. Alan just asked us to do that, and we lost. It gave us 4 extra lines that stopped scrolling, which mean I'd have to move all the mountains up and everything, which didn't really want to do. So 213. Where are we? 225, 35, 197, 131, 0, 26, 237, 176, 43, 54, 0, 35, 35, 19, 193, 16. And you've got a 237. So after this one, you're saying change this to 237. And then we got 6, 8, 197. 6, 213, 213, 225, 35, 197. Where am I? 35, 197, 1. Let's just hope I haven't bugged any of this up. 31. 31, 0, 26, 237, 237, 176, 237, 176, 176, 43, 54, 0, 35, and we got another 35. I'm just carrying on from where, so it's a longer routine than before. 19, 193, 16, 193, 16, 237, 193, 16, 231, 201, 0, 64, 064. Sorry, I'm not reading the comments at the same time. I'm trying to make sure I get all these numbers in correctly. What do you do? Copy out the phone book? Huh? All these numbers. Sorry. 119 and 35, 16, 247. This is a lot larger than the original. 193, 16. We're nearly there. 243, 201. Okay. And get rid of that REM. I'm going to save it again. I'm going to call it MC2 test. And let's run it and see what happens. I'm glad I saved it because it crashed. I'm glad I saved it. It didn't like it. So the second user address will have changed. It is now okay. Let's MC2 test. Let me load it back up. So what we're saying now is the second user address will have changed. It is now 65052. Best way to do it is in here. It's the Windows. I will double check my numbers. It's because you're calling the wrong address now. Right, okay. So the right address now is 65052. So does that need to be changed as well then? So I need to change that. Does this need to be changed? I suppose it does, because it's only going to 6043. Let me know if I need to change that. I know nothing. Yeah, so that's wrong. So that needs to be 52, does it? Let me know what that needs to be, Stuart, before I move on from this line. Is that correct? Let me know. 65042. That's what it was originally, wasn't it? No, you deleted it. 52. So no, to 65061. Right, okay. Yeah. Maybe 652. Okay. So what do I need to call? I need to change all my call addresses as well, do I? They would be in list. Where was it again? Where did I put them? List 100. So does this have to be changed as well? Oops, 672. Okay, I'll go back there in a minute. But what does this need to be? What did you say this had to be again? Was it 652? 65052, sorry. Is that correct? User 650 is the same. The users will be... Yeah, so that's correct, yeah? And then change this one. 52 as well. What about when we have the collision detector? Would that have to be changed as well? So list 20, you were saying that has to be 72, yeah? and list. Where's the screen string? Where is it? It's on that screen string one, isn't it? Before I push run, I think there was another one here somewhere and I can't find it now. Oh, there it is. No, it's not. Where's it gone? There it is. So Stuart, before I go any further, what about this one? This was the one which did the flashing screen when we do the collision. Does this number have to be changed as well? Or can that stay as it is? That flash screen is 6052. The scroll. Oh, man. So this is, that flash screen is 65052. The scroll is 6500. So the scroll doesn't change then. Okay. Okay, let's go back and change it back. Freaking eyesight's gone now. Where are we? List 100. So this one here goes back to what it was. So these stay as they were basically then. These haven't changed then. Yeah, okay, let's run it. Let's save it first. Save star MC2 test. Yes, overwrite it. Okay, run. Let's see what happens. E, out of data. We're now out of data. List 9020. That's to do with the graphics, isn't it? No, it's crashed again. I think I might have to revert back to the one I've already got working, and maybe you can send me the code so that I'm not trying to read it off the comments and get in a bit of a fluster here. What are you saying now? One less in the data range. Would you believe I've been sad enough to count the number of seconds and confirm that you are right, Stone? 15 seconds delay, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, stick to the top 2/3. I'm just a I'm glad I saved it. That's all I can say. But we shall go back. I'll erase that. Okay, I'm going to erase it because it's... I won't erase it. Actually, no, I won't erase it. In case you do... In case we work out how to get it working and those numbers were correct. So let's go back to the original. Now Alan he basically said change that to 128, and that gives us the bottom lines, look, which aren't moving now. So I could work with that. That's not a problem. It just means I've got to move everything up, but at least now I've got somewhere to put the score. So not all bad. So let's work with that a minute. That's the easiest solution, isn't it? I can put lots of information down here now. Don't forget that score at the moment is being printed in the border. So we, just move that out of the border. Let's put it at print at, I don't know, 1910, ink black. We can't have black because we've got so there we go, look. We can get rid of the border in black. If I do 47 for F equal, I don't know how far that's up, to 21, print at F 0 paper green 1 2 and next F. It's too far up. Go 16. 16, 18, gone the wrong way. So I need to move list 100. N, need to change N now, so that would be 18. 18 be 16. Trying to get me bearings now where I actually am on the screen. Okay, 16. Why didn't it come into play then? Right, okay. So that's 15. Change N. Where's N? Change that N to 15. was 15. I'll do the same with the 200. I'm going to have to change my random call now, aren't I? Oh dear. Right, where are we? So let's change that. I don't think this is working, is it? The score has vanished because I printed over the top of it with the green paper. There it is there. Paper 4. So I've just got to work out this random call now. Get rid of that. One idea is have a yellowish moon Standing still at the top right corner or something. Yeah, but the top, that means we need it to stop scrolling. We haven't worked out how to do that yet. Let's take that down to 19. Just to get rid of that unevenness. That's better. Continue. Is it still doing it? That's better, isn't it? Let's move the score up slightly. So what do you think of the new look so far? The mountains aren't... We haven't got such a big terrain as we did before because I've dropped the random down to 5 rather than 10. We've now got a score and a lives at the bottom. In fact, that lives could come over a bit, couldn't it? Because we're still losing a little bit. To prevent the glitching, we're having to clear when the second... What the hell's going on? What happened then? Try and get them mountains a little bit bigger than they were. Try and get them, kind of miss them being as they were before, to be honest with you. Interesting. So when I go back too far, I might have to change that as well. List 55. That's because it's 0. Let's change that to 2. That's better. Let's get rid of that randomizer a minute. Right, okay. Still can't get this random call quite right. See, it was 10 before, but that's when I had a full screen to play with. Now I haven't got that. Did I have to change it? Let's change it back to 10 a minute. I can't actually remember. Maybe it would have been alright left as it was. If anything, we get a bit more land. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this. I'm kind of looking at it thinking, let me just save this a minute. MC3.ls. Let's load.mc run. I think I preferred that, to be honest with you. I mean, do you prefer this or the one I've just been working on? Because you can always show the score after the game, can't you? You know, you don't have to have the score up on the screen. I mean, when you score, we could just have the score scroll past you. You know, to say you've. Well, let's try it. Let's put. So where is? Let's do it. Let's see what it looks like. So let's start off with a variable for it for the score. Twenty-seven, 28, 29, 30, 31. It's not going to be enough, is it? Let's change that to 25. I knew that was going to happen. It's trying to scroll it, isn't it? Scroll it down. Oh, I need to delete that as well. Well, you get the idea. get the idea. Maybe have it flash up maybe for a couple of seconds and disappear. I don't know. Maybe it just goes subject quickly. Where is it? I've just been bloody working on it. 500. List 500. Anyway, I was doing the user-defined graphics. Then all of a sudden we've jumped on to changing the screen. Collision detection still isn't perfect, but never mind. Only works when you're dead on with it. I'm going to have to add more in there. I think I prefer this than the other one. I like the full screen. More mountaintops. So let's just quickly do... Let me just do the nasty graphic now. Where is it? Where's my 8-bit creator gone? Oh, there it is. Right, okay. So the nasty. Oh, I might have to call it a night then, I think, because I'm starting to get tired. maybe something like that, perhaps. Does that look like a spaceship? Or should it be the other way around? Ah, I kind of like that. I might see what that looks like. I'll stick with that. Okay. Right. I'll stick with that for now. Can always change it, can't we? If we don't like it. 9050 data 124 134 59 123 123 59 134 124. trying to create the explosion that I've done before, and I can't remember how I did it. It worked quite well, and all it was lines like this, and it actually didn't look too bad. That's it, something like that. That was it. Yeah, that's my explosion. List 9040. Right. Let's get that typed in. Where are we? List 9050. One, 3, 6, 73, 42, 1, 2, 8, 1, 84, 1, 4, 6, 17, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't need that in there no more, do I? 615 can go. We're not using that anymore. That was for when I had the minuses as the bullet, so that can go. That's better. And then I need to change the explosion on the actual spacecraft as well, which was line 70. Four explosions. Graphic DD. There we go. Right, let's save that as MC. And yes, and that is me done for tonight, guys. So, not a bad night. Started off with nothing and we've ended up with this. Oh dear, what's happening there? That's because I didn't change the... Let me just quickly change that before I go. That's got line 55. That 0 needs to be changed. That needs to be changed to a 2 to stop that from happening. I shouldn't do that now. Yeah, there we go. Right, save it again. Yeah, so like I say, we started off with nothing. Been on it since 8 o'clock. It's now 11:30, so you know we've ended up with something, haven't we? A lot. The stream's gone a lot better than it did last week when I tried to do the pipe game, which was a little bit of a failure. This has gone a lot better. This is my type of game, I suppose, what I'm used to working with. Interesting little machine code routine. It you know, it does need some work on it for what I want to do, because I'd like to have the score on display, maybe down in the border. I see Stuart has sent me now a did say there was a number that was wrong or something. My email address, if I don't think it's on here now. Is it on there? I don't think it is it? Let me just see if I can get it up. No, it doesn't seem to be working. Oh well. No. No, maybe that one. Email. I must have deleted it. No. Email's missing. I'm going to say you could send it to my email address. I shall put it quickly in the comments. If you send it to this one, rainbowal69 at gmail.com. If you send maybe your ideas to me on that email address there, which I've just put into the chat room, you know, maybe a version of that machine code that you did, Stuart, or anyone else for that matter, and the user-defined graphics that somebody wanted to send me, send them to that address. Don't try and not send them to the USB 51, because I'm trying to keep that clean purely for the USB 50 stuff. But if you do send it there, it's not a big problem. Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I may return tomorrow and do a bit more on this. Keep your eyes peeled. That's all I'm going to say. Look out for me. I might do, I might not. We'll see how it goes. See how the day goes. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like what you've seen tonight, please consider hitting that like button. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you soon.